Motion along a straight line. When a car moves from one point to another point in a straight line, we say that the motion of the car is in a straight line. The distance moved by the car is a scalar quantity, which describes the magnitude alone. Speed with direction. Velocity. Velocity is the speed at which an object moves in a particular direction. Here the car moves at a speed of 10 miles per hour in the north direction. When speed is mentioned with the direction of movement, we call it velocity. Here the velocity is 10 miles per hour in the north. Speed is a scalar quantity, while velocity is a vector quantity. Effect of force. Force is a push or pull. Some effort is required to put a stationary object into motion, or to stop a moving object. Newton's first law of motion. Newton's first law of motion states that an external force is necessary to change the state of rest or of uniform motion. Newton's second law of motion. The second law of motion states that the rate of change of momentum of an object is proportional to the applied unbalanced force in the direction of force. When the same force is applied on two different balls, of different masses and sizes, the smaller ball moves longer distance, and the larger ball moves shorter distance. Newton's third law of motion. Newton's third law of motion states that, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Action and reaction act on different bodies, and hence do not cancel each other. Example, here action force acts on the one balance. Gravitation. Gravitational force is a force that attracts any two objects with mass. Universal law of gravitation. Isaac Newton explained the universal law of gravitation. Every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force, which is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Forms of energy. Energy is the capacity to do any work. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by an object. Physical nature of matter. Solids have definite shape, distinct boundaries, and fixed volumes. Solids have a tendency to maintain their shape when subjected to outside force. Solids may break under force, but it is different. Liquids have no fixed shape, but have a fixed. Liquids flow and change shape, so they are not rigid. In gases, molecules are loosely packed. Gases are highly compressible as compared to solids and liquids. Types of mixtures. Mixtures which have a uniform composition throughout are called homogeneous mixtures. Sugar and water mixture is homogeneous. Water and alcohol also form a homogeneous mixture. First pour some water into an empty glass, and then add some alcohol to it. Water and alcohol are miscible, since they are mixtures, which contain physically distinct parts, and have not. Law of conservation of mass. Law of conservation of mass states that mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. What is an atom? According to Dalton's atomic theory, all elements are composed of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms of an element cannot be created, destroyed, broken into smaller parts or transformed into atoms of another element. Atomic mass. An atom's mass number is the sum of its protons and neutrons. What is an ion? Compounds composed of metals and non-metals contain charged species. The charged species are known as ions. An ion can be negatively or positively charged. A negatively charged ion is called an anion, and the positively charged ion, a cation. The constituent particles of sodium chloride are positively charged sodium ions, Na+, and negatively charged chloride ions, Cl-. Biodiversity, classification and evolution. Biodiversity means the diversity of life forms. It refers to the variety of life forms found in a particular region. Chronic diseases and poor health. A chronic disease will cause major effects on general health. We get infected with a chronic disease, such as tuberculosis of the lungs, then being ill. Over the years, chronic diseases, therefore, have very drastic, long-term effects on people's health, as compared to acute diseases. Causes of diseases. All diseases will have immediate causes and contributory causes. Contamination of air, due to various reasons, may cause diseases. Contamination of water also causes diseases. Virus and bacteria enters human body through contaminated air and water and cause disease. Use of antibiotics. Antibiotics commonly block biochemical pathways important for bacteria. Bacteria make a cell wall to protect themselves. For example, the antibiotic penicillin blocks the bacterial processes that build the cell wall. As a result, the growing bacteria become unable to make cell walls and die easily. Biosphere Reserve. Biosphere reserves are large areas of protected land for conservation of wildlife. Ozone layer depletion. Ozone is a product of UV radiation, acting on oxygen O2 molecule at the higher levels of atmosphere. Introduction. Polynomial is an algebraic expression consisting of multiple terms. Value of an algebraic expression. Substitution is the process of finding the numerical values of algebraic expressions. Quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral has 4 sides. Area of a triangle by Heron's formula. Area of a triangle, E, where A, the formula of area of the triangle, is also known as Heron's formula. Semi-perimeter of triangle, S equals A plus B plus C by 2. Histogram. A histogram is a graphical display of data using bars of different heights. Histogram groups numbers to ranges.